Hey there, it's Bea, and welcome to a highly anticipated figure unboxing. We have a One Piece figure here, but not just any One Piece figure. We have a special high-end WA Maximum figure, and this specifically is the Portrait of Pirates WA Maximum Surgeon of Death Trafalgar Law figure by MegaHouse. And you can see the box is pretty big here. I have already done one prior unboxing, and that was for the Luffy figure. I don't know if you can see him all the way on the end there, a part of him, but that was my first introduction into the WA Maximum, like I said, the high-end, high tier of the MegaHouse figures, and now we have the second one, another favorite character of mine from the One Piece series, Trafalgar Law, in this premium, amazing form. So without further ado, let's get this unboxed and look at it, and just, I'm sure, be in awe of this figure. So let's get into this box here. But before that, let me show you really quick, just so we can admire together just this beauty. I mean, just the effects. You see the glimmer effects there on the box there. It's supposed to sit like this on its side, but the forefront, the main part of the figure, you see Trafalgar Law there with all those beautiful effects. Here is the front side of the box. It says there, right there in that logo, the Portrait of Pirates, or P.O.P for short, and the WA Maximum part of it. So they have, MegaHouse has different tiers of the P.O.P or Portrait of Pirate figures, and the WA Maximum is the, let's say, top tier of the figure lines. And there's the back and the bottom. Yeah, I am more than excited. I pre-ordered this for my birthday, and that was a few months ago in December. So here we are. It released here in February 2026. And let's get into this box. Oh my goodness. Ooh. The first reveal there. Pull this big blister pack out. Oh my gosh. I can already just see the huge base in there. And then you see Trafalgar Law mostly, and all the effect pieces. Wow, 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 wow. Like Luffy's base for his in the WA Maximum line was pretty big in general, just bigger than usual. But this is massive, the base. And in the box also that we have just some pretty inside, and then also instructions here. Put this down real quick. Okay, so it's just one front side of piece of paper, blank on the back, which is a good sign. Hopefully pretty simple to put together. It's just saying on the top, number 1, that we're going to be taking off a sword piece, 2 sides of it, taking apart and then sliding through his hands, and then adding, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of those, of his power effects, the swirls all around him. So that shouldn't be too bad. And that, and that. Ooh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay, so he's already on the base, firmly placed on there, locked in. But man, okay, this here. Ooh. I remember pre-ordering it, you know, months and months ago, and looking at just everything all encompassing, the swirls and all that in the promo photo. But wow, I forgot that there was a huge rock here, but there is a huge rock on that base with like green colored moss. And then we have that and almost all of Trafalgar on there. Some of them I'm sure are attached to other pieces in here, but look at that. Whoa, that's a huge disc for that. Okay, and then also in the blister pack, we've got one effect piece. Okay, put that there. Another effect piece. Oh, here's his arm. I'll throw that to the side. So we have his arm there attached to the front side of his blade. then, oh, another piece here. There was another, that was there. Okay, so let me take that, and then I see the back of the blade with the hilt. I think, yeah. Here is the hilt piece. And then that connection point will attach somewhere on him. We'll find out. There's that. Okay, and then now we work on the back side of the blister pack. So there's another panel back there on the side. So take that. Okay, another tray opened. Let me see here. Okay, so these are the rest of the effect pieces that are going to swirl around him, his power. That. And then another piece here. The second to last swirl. Okay, the effects, and then the very last one's in here. Just the side. Out there. Yeah, so they're all very different shapes, these like effects and sparks of his power. Okay, so that's all this little pile here of his power pieces and his arm and the sword hilt. Okay, so now next comes the building phase that we need to figure all this out. My goodness. Well, I didn't imagine that he was going to be bigger than Luffy, because Luffy's pretty big, and I'll show you later since I'm already talking about Luffy when I have him built, but just wow. The impact, the hugeness of this. Wow. Oh my god, he looks so good. Nailed his face. That's perfect. Oh god, okay. We gotta get this built. So let me build this with these instructions here. Okay, so step one, we have the hilt and sword that's going to be put together. So we have this. Let me try to line it up like the picture. Like that. Attached. Oh, up here. Okay, so there's a connection piece in this swirl here. So I'm going to slot this piece into this. Is that the right way? Can it go? Yeah. Okay, it can only go one way, so we're going to put it like that. We need to go back in. Okay, yeah. Tight in there. Okay, it doesn't really lock into place, but I think that's because this will hold in place with this piece because it's just loose-ish. But this will be held by his hand. So let me slide that in. So this point here will connect with his piece over here. I'm going to back it up into it. The hilt of it into that. Okay, so that goes in, and then this will slide and connect into his arm. Let's see, just need to slide it back. Okay, I think that's right. Okay, yeah. So now that I have this arm here, this arm locked into place, this is held to this piece. So these two pieces are held together with this locked in there. So that's good. Put that in there, make sure everything's firm. Arm piece, perfect. Okay, so that's step one done. Step two, we have, oh yeah, so that's step 1 and 2. So step 1 was putting those pieces together. Step 2 is sliding them in. So those are good. And then the final steps here are all these effect pieces. So these beautiful effect pieces. Wow, like translucent, see-through. God, it's gorgeous. Okay, and they're just like, wow, like smokish liquid. You know, really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna try to match up these pieces with what they say here. This one is looking like number 5. Okay, and then they have connection points on here. I see little metal pieces on the base, so here and there. A plastic piece there. Now it's just a matter of matching them all up and lining them together. Okay, so this one looks like it goes like this. And where is the connection connection point over here. Yes, right there. There's a connection point. It's like loopy top piece. Connection point right there. So I'm going to attach that in there, slot it in, I guess. It's like normally I don't like when it has this much pieces to kind of guesstimate based off these instructions. But hey, it's worth it for this beautiful figure already coming together. Okay, so I'm going to guess that that's how that lines up there, held in place with that piece. We'll find out. We'll work with it. Okay, so next one, let me see, let me just pick one. Progress number 4, there is a peg hole on his leg. Let me see, right there-ish, yeah, right there. So this little peg piece, where is it? There's a peg right there. There, that goes into that. So let's see how this works. At least they have it only one shape, so it can only go in one way. That is a consolation. Okay. Okay, 2 in, 3 to go. Okay, number 1, I see something. It's like it takes a moment to check, really look closely to see where these pegs are, or like the little holes. But this is piece number 1. There's 2 little holes here that will lock in on the base, the metal 2 pegs on the base, and then a plastic peg here, which will go 2 pegs there, and then the third, I'm guessing maybe locks in on the rock, but we will see where that locks in. So 2 pegs. Okay, I'm telling you what, like I'm really gonna appreciate this on the shelf because it took some installation, some force. We have another peg, peg number 1. Now we have 2 and 3 left. Okay, so now 2 makes more sense. I think it just has a clear peg there on the bottom of it with that like little spear tail kind of thing. So that should lock in on the rock above the placement of the peg number 1. And this last piece here, piece number 3, there is a peg there. There, can you see it? On that has the slot for this. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one goes in like that, it looks like. Okay, that should be everything. On piece number 5, I did notice that there was another peg here on the jacket. So this piece number 5 had 2 connection points, one there, and then one on the coat jacket behind him. Let's just take in this incredible figure now that I have it all put together. I mean, the magnitude of it, the impact, it's the size, the incredible effect pieces, the coloring, the dynamicness of that pose as he's right there perched with one back leg on that beautiful rock, and then, you know, really ready to brace himself going forward with that incredible power. This is actually depicting a moment in the anime and manga, his big intense battle against Big Mom and his awakened power just surging forward. I mean, there is just like that determined, incredible face of his as he's really bracing himself for that power. It's incredible. I am so happy with this. So let's start with the base down here. It's this beautiful dark blue, kind of like hinting on purple base here. We have his pirate crew logo down there, and then we have in words saying P.O.P. or Pop, One Piece, Wa Maximum, Trafalgar Law. Just that beauty right there at the bottom of the base. And then we have some effect lines in there. So we have some matte finish down here with the plastic, and then some shining pieces, and then the edge. It's just a gorgeous little piece here for the base. It's beautiful, and it is really big. Like if I flip it over backwards, like you just see the huge amount of real estate it's gonna take on the shelf. But otherwise it is gorgeous. And then working our way up, we have these pieces here that I intricately placed. I always get a little like nervous when dealing with so many little pieces because I'm like, what if I put it in the wrong place? But this makes it, oh, you know, okay-ish, easy enough to just match each piece and then figure out which one it corresponds to the number on this diagram here, and then try your best to just find the little pegs within all the beauty of the colors on here and then place them in. So otherwise it just took a little bit of puzzle piece work, but once they're in, I mean, isn't that worth it? That is absolutely gorgeous, all the way around, swirling from the blade of this hilt, that power surging forward, and then the rest of his, you know, the regular part of the blade back behind him. It is beautiful, and I love all the different colors, the different hues. We have greens and whites and blues, and the blues themselves take on even the purple hints towards the back of his power, of the effects. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love how they're swirling in different directions, and that even the effect pieces have, like over here, like it looks like a spear ready to surge forward as well, with the strength going forward in this pose here, and then working our way up. So from the base here on the back, we have, like I said near the beginning of the video, just the beauty of this rock. Like it could have just went, you know, one little slab, but there is a lot of etching in there and definition. We have pieces of coloring and moss. I think a lot of it is the hue of his power casting onto the rock, maybe. Yeah, because I thought it was maybe just moss in the beginning, but no, there's hints of like metallic blue and purple and green. So it really is the light bouncing off from his power and casting those colors onto the rock itself, because that is gorgeous. From behind you can see that it's this brown rock, and then darker shades as the shadows go down into the rock. And then when you're turning it this way, all this beautiful colors is reflecting off that rock onto the rock. Yeah, all the ridges and the shape and everything. It's like, it's no wonder he's bracing himself on that when it's available to him, ready to deliver all that power. So intense. I love, love, love that. For the rock itself, like everything is braced on this rock, it feels like this is securely attached to the base. You can't detach this, nor can you detach the front foot off the base either. So this all came, his body and the rock all came firmly attached on the base already. So this is where the weight is distributed, so that way we don't need extra, you know, clear pegs or metal pegs or anything. So that's so smart, to use the rock as like the sturdy structure, and also be a part of the battle and a part of this figure. It's so smart. I love that they went with that. That way we're not having distracting, you know, support beams or anything near it. And the effects pieces, they're not for support or stability at all. They are purely there to demonstrate the awe and might of his power all surging around him. I love it so, so much. Wow, that is incredible. And then we are now going to talk about him himself, because I've just been, wow, gushing at the beauty of everything around him. But as we talk about Law himself, there's a sheen, a beautiful like metallic sheen on all of his clothing. And I think that also has to do with the smart play on the reflection and the colors and everything, because his metallic shoes, we have the silver shine of it, and then on his clothing we have hues and shades of like light blue, light teal, purple, in his pattern there. But there's also like the ruffling on his knees, from the bend of it down his ankles, like the natural folds of the fabric. It's beautiful there. Lines are crisp, paint is beautiful, and then I just love the bracing foot back here that you get. You can just feel that power, like he is fully extended. You can see the muscles working there, and also in the folds of the fabric, just like the tension there. He's bracing himself. So gorgeous. Love that. And then as we work our way up to his waist area, we have like a lot of shading. So as he's crouched inward in this area, it's going to be naturally shadowed, right? And you can see that for sure in the coloring here. He's wearing his signature outfit, but even in the yellow, there's hues and shades of white, of black. The natural shadowing is all there, and it is stunning. I love all that folds area, and of course his exposed chest there with his tattoo. That is beautifully lined. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then we work our way up to his face and the sword. He has his signature, you know, puffy hat there. That's beautifully painted. His earrings are there in gold. Oh God, his face. He is having the time of his life. He is so excited, so, you know, so Trafalgar Law. He is ready and thrilled in this battle here for what's about to come. That is spot on perfection. I am so happy with that. And then we also see his tattoos on his hands, that definition, the muscle, the shading is all there with his skin tone. Yeah, so I do notice that the skin tone on him is a little bit darker. I think it's because of the hues that are casting off in shadows on his skin. You know, where he'd be slightly paler than the skin here. Let me show you Luffy's here. On his, you can probably notice too that his skin tone is slightly darker than you would think on Luffy's. But I think that's because of the darker hues on his figure casting that darker light, or that's what I think is the reason at least why he's darker. On Law's figure, his skin is not as dark or as more intensely dark as Luffy's was, but I think that's what the reasoning might be, is the skin's just a little bit darker just because of the shadows casting. Like this arm is a little bit lighter, the front arm, than the back arm. It's probably just the shadow work and the light playing off everything. But otherwise, yeah, on the back here is that big billowing coat. And normally the big billowing coat is like the dramatic part of a figure, but not with Law's, because everything is like working off here in the front with the intensity of all his lightning effects and power awakening. Yeah, you get all that, and then the coat is almost like an afterthought, which is funny to think, because it's dramatic in its own right. Like from the back you can see that the drama, the billowing swoosh up as the power's going forward and pushing everything back behind it. You just see that huge billowing effect. From the back here, you have the rippling and everything, and the sleeves going off as he's wearing it on behind him, and it's just, yeah, intense, so really nice. The shading in the back here, we have more greens and blues and purples. It's a dark blue coat in general. There's the feather fluffing all around him from behind. It's just so dramatic. I love it. The more drama, the better on a figure like this. You know, like on a pricier, bigger figure, you want as much drama and impact, and this is what you're getting for sure on this Law figure. Since I mentioned one more little show and tell here, this is the figure, of course, we've been looking at, and then here is the regular Portrait of Pirate Trafalgar Law figure that I've had for ages. This is him in the Sailing Again version. That was my first Law figure right here. And then I will put him aside and we'll finish up talking and gushing about this incredible figure. So yeah, if you are a Trafalgar Law fan and you're either looking for the figure or you're wanting to dive into the WA Maximum line, this is the way to go. Yes, it's pricier, but like I said, if you're going for one, this is the one to get for sure. Just like I said with Luffy's, this is the cream of the crop. The beauty, the intensity, the drama, the power, the impact of the scene itself, where it's his newest peak power in that big intense battle. This is it. He's gorgeous, incredible, a little time consuming in the beginning to build, but hey, you are highly rewarded in the end, because this is a gorgeous piece. I don't even know if I'm gonna say if Luffy's is better or if Trafalgar Law's is better. This is my second WA Maximum figure. Let me see. Wow, it's hard to say. What do you think? I think the effects, well, they're different. This one has a lot of gradient paintwork, and this one has more of the plastic pieces in the effects. But wow, I mean, it's incredible. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of joy in this one with Luffy. because you can see his face and everything. Law is a little more crouched in, you know, and hidden behind some of the effects and everything. But like when you're really close up, like you feel this, you feel the power, the intensity that's coming through. Yeah, and then Luffy, there's just more joy in this one. So in terms of like battle intimidation here, this one probably. But yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, what do you think of the WA Maximum line? Do you have one? Would you want one? Or do you want both? Like, let me know your thoughts. Yeah, because I'm just a big One Piece fan. And like I said before, if you've seen other videos of mine, my collection video for the tour, you would know I'm a big One Piece fan. I have tons of One Piece figures, or at least tons for me so far in my growing collection. But yeah, I did a full unboxing and reveal of this one, so if you want to see that video, I'll link it as well to see my first reaction and thoughts on this one. And it's been featured in other videos as well, maybe in an awards show as well. But yeah, this is incredible. I'll leave it at that. Incredible, beautiful figure, so worth it. I was intimidated in the beginning, especially in the middle of building it, you know, putting all the pieces together. But otherwise, man, amazing. I am so happy with this. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. What are you looking forward to pre-order wise? Let me know. Let us all know, because it just really helps. There's tons of figures and a lot of them fly by and we may never know unless someone tells us. So yeah, definitely leave your recommendations below for all of these cool figures that are coming out. I'm just so happy. Happy birthday to me for my birthday here, because he is so cool. I actually also did a recent birthday vlog video where I went to Japantown in San Francisco for the weekend with my family, and my dog Luna, I took her as well. And we explored Japantown, saw the Kinokuniya, manga, anime figures, walked around, explored, checked out all that coolness in the area for Japantown in San Francisco, California. So check out those videos recently. And I also did a room tour pretty recently of this whole room here. That's my studio, filming studio, editing desk studio, and everything else hobby-wise in this room. So yeah, check out that as well. And what looking forward to, oh, I'm also going to be releasing pretty soon some Disneyland California videos. We went, my brother and I are going to be in those videos where we went to Star Wars weekend, actually Star Wars night, and then for the weekend we also went to 2 days of Disneyland in Disney, California. So those are some of the cool things. Otherwise, I do figure unboxings like this, manga hauls, and other travel vlogs, and like to Japan as well. So tons of videos to watch out for and to check out my channel, and you'll see all the fun here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it and you want to see more, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, just let me know in the comments, what are you looking forward to? What should we know about? Whether it's manga, anime, anime figures, what are you excited for? Let us all know so we can be excited too. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.